It's that time of year again when all students have the opportunity to go out and cast their votes and decide which 5 lucky students will have the opportunity to represent and work on behalf of the union.
But how bothered are the students about the elections, and will they be placing their vote into the all-important ballot box? Well, we intend to find out. Have you voted in this year's elections?
No, I didn't even know anything about them.
Do you think that's, did you hear anything from the campaigners at all, or do you think that's the union?
I've seen like a little poster outside, and I've seen like a woman sitting at a desk in the library, but I have no idea what she's there for really.
Have you heard anything about the elections this year?
No, I was actually walking into uni and I just saw the signs, I have no idea.
So do you know who any of the people are who are campaigning?
Well, to be honest, in our building there hasn't been any posters or anything really, and the only people I've seen are a couple outside the library, so I haven't really seen much around.
So, do you feel that the union are doing enough to encourage students to vote?
No, I don't. I think the elections committee this year have been very lax in their way of promoting the elections via posters and all kind of media outlets, and it's such a shame because the candidates are doing as much as possible, but we're still not getting as many votes as there were cast last year.
They don't know how it affects them, and they don't essentially know they can vote. They don't know there's a lot of people think they can vote for one position, and there's 5 positions for the jobs. A lot of people you walk by and say, oh yeah, I've already voted, I voted for Badger, I voted for Titch, but they don't know there's 4 other people they can vote for, and it essentially does make a difference if they do vote. I mean, they haven't a clue, and I think it's just they're not informed enough, and I think that's one of the things we can actually try and change, and if elected in, and make sure people are aware of what's happening.
I think the problem more so is that the students don't really understand what the union does for them. They recognise the union, they recognise the 5 execs, and they think, yeah, these guys are in charge, but what are they really doing for me? Nobody bothers to go and ask. So, in that respect, yeah, I think maybe it's more on the students to go and find out, as well as on these guys to go and put themselves out there and let people know what's going on.
There's loads of stuff they can do at the beginning of the year. They make you register to all this stuff and give out your new address and whatever. We've been here since September. Yeah, we don't live on campus anymore, but you took our address at the beginning of the year. I've not had one thing in the post from the student union, not one email, nothing, and then all of a sudden they've got elections going on, so I'm getting all these emails and like free lollipops and stuff. I don't want that, I want you to actually help.
So Tom, do you feel that the union are doing enough to encourage students to go out and vote?
I don't think they are this year, and that's one of the reasons I want to get involved, to actually ensure that more students get involved from Freshers' Fair. From the first week, everyone should be involved. If they lose them in the first couple of weeks, they lose them for the rest of the year, and it's really hard to get them back.
I just think because like we're 3rd year students, we just like bogged down with too much work, and because we'll be leaving soon, I don't think we're too bothered.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, we're not really, I know it sounds bad, we're not really too bothered if we get selected or whatever, because we won't be here to see all the benefits, if any come out.
How would you persuade students, for instance, that are in their last year, they think, well, what's the point of me voting because it's not going to affect me?
Yeah,
How would you persuade those students? Because there are a lot out there.
Essentially what we said to them is, I mean, I myself am in my last year, but I know that a lot of people say, right, I'm going next year, I'm going to get a job, I don't really care, which is fair enough if they do think that way. But it's essential that they do have a little time to think about it and think, well, I could be helping fellow students or family members or anyone of their friends that could be coming to this university. And essentially they're helping other students. I mean, they're a student themselves, they know what it's like to have no facilities, nowhere to go, etc. So if they could just place a vote or just get involved a little bit, they could be helping fellow students.
What do you think the union could do to help support the campaigners and the elections?
Maybe they could come into like lectures just at the beginning or the end of some of the courses and just like reiterate what the whole president does, because I'm not actually sure.
I think they need to advertise more and actually go to people and tell them about the stuff. Because I had no idea, absolutely no idea.
Do you think
I still don't have an idea what I'm supposed to vote for.
I think because not a lot of the campaigners have been going around the universities. They've only really stuck to Peribal campus. I think they should go to Gloucester Green, maybe to Bourneville and campaign there.
Do you feel that you have enough support from the university to kind of get more resources, available to kind of get more students to vote?
I think they're available. I don't think they're being used as much as they can be at the moment.
Yeah.
I think we've got Spaghetti Junction, that's being used at the moment. We've got Scratch Radio, which, to be honest, I haven't heard of at the moment this year. And not many students do, and that's one of the problems that we have to face and tackle with the students, trying to get Scratch Radio and other parts of what we're doing. We're trying to organise like a TV station for students. Things like that have to be up and running, and everyone has to know about it, because then everyone can support it and get behind it. There's 22,000 students here, and we're looking at maybe 1,300 to 1,500 people voting. That's less than 10%. It's crazy.
Funding has been cut, but that's one of the campaigns that will be run to bring funding back to the Students' Union, because the Students' Union is there for the students, for the benefit of the students and also for the benefit of the university. So it's in the university's best interest as well as the students' best interest to give us funding, to do more things and to make things better.
I mean, I think the most important thing is getting people involved in the union, because if they're involved in the union, then they'll vote. I believe that. So I think it's more about, first of all, we have to judge if we're providing the right services for our students, providing the right events and activities for them, and only once we do that can we really expect them to get involved. Yeah, so I think we do need to do more to get them involved. We need to coordinate our message, coordinate what we do across campuses, and make sure that all students at UCE have the same opportunities to get the benefits from the union that people such as myself had, because I know that doesn't happen at the moment, people do miss out.
I mean, flyering helps and use of the internet, but you don't actually take the time to talk to people. I mean, I spoke to some people yesterday, they didn't want to listen. As soon as they gave me 5 seconds of their time, they're actually interested. And it's people like that we can actually get more involved and generally help us.
And because of what I say is that the student union, you're part of the student union. The student union represents your welfare while you're here at university to the university board, the government and the local council, and represent your right as a student. And basically they go, oh really, we didn't know that, and they thought it's just a bar, but it's not just a bar, it's about the whole of life at university.
When you've made your selection, can I ask you to fold it up and put it into the ballot box?
The days of students protesting against the Vietnam War to the activism of the factionaries may well be behind us, but from what we see, students are still passionate about a range of issues at UCE and are determined to have their say.
This, however, does not always translate into votes, but if the union involve and integrate the students into its maintenance, then they'll feel more inclined to vote in the elections. This is Emma Sweeten,
James Barber,
signing off for UCE TV.